So I'm at the Undergraduate Literature Conference at Weber State with students from CSI, and I'm going to try to spend a few minutes making a couple of little videos to get us caught up on what we're doing in class, and I guess start out by apologizing that I've been a little bit AWOL. So here's an introduction. I'm going to go have some lunch, and then I'll talk to you a little bit more on this video. Well, I'm back. I've looked at the Canvas site, and it looks like only a couple of people have done the reading task, and so I'm just kind of wondering what's up with that, and probably it's at least partly to do with not having as much feedback from me as probably you might find helpful, so I'll own that for sure. One of the things I'd like to have you consider is turning your attention fully to the Mastery Project, and then I do have a little reading thing that I've put together about bias that I think might be useful to have in your repertoire of things you've read and know a little bit about, and so I'll probably be posting that soon. Let's focus on Mastery Projects. Let's get you solidly moving forward on that if you're not already, and then if you are already moving forward on a Mastery Project, I think it'll be a good time for you to touch base with me, show me a draft. If you have elected to participate in the research study, the Rural Writers Research Study that we talked about at the beginning of the semester, then I will need to have a rough draft of your Mastery Project at some point, because the study requires a draft and then something with feedback and then the final project. So I may record a little bit more later in the day as I look at more things on Canvas and try to get caught up there a little bit. Thanks very much. See you soon.
It's such a nice day outside. Wouldn't blame you at all if you were out enjoying that instead of working on your Canvas with English 102. Nevertheless, I think there's an opportunity to give you some feedback and some encouragement as we move forward into the last few weeks of the semester. First of all is the idea that no matter where you are in the semester, no matter what you've done or not done, you can still do a Mastery Project. We've done a lot of packbacks, and there have been quite a few assignments and opportunities for you to respond to this or that, or to think about things and read some things, and I'm going to give you at least a couple more of those. But even if you haven't done all of that, or even most of that, or perhaps even any of that, I invite you to contact me about working on a Mastery Project. There's still time, and I can help you pull that off if you'd like to give it a go. I was encouraged as I looked at the Mastery Project proposals that many people submitted. There are lots of good ideas out there, and every one of them is viable as a Mastery Project. In some cases, we'll want to think a little more carefully about how the writing will play out after the project itself is done. And as a reminder, the reason for that is that some projects don't necessarily lend themselves to all of the student outcomes for the course, and so we'll supplement. I'll ask you to come up with ways to supplement the project with some writing when necessary. But again, I stand ready to help you with all of that, and that's what I'm really good at, is helping you move from something you're working on that might not be writing to finding some writing to do for it. So this is an encouragement and an invitation, and I suppose that maybe it's also an opportunity to let bygones be bygones. I'm not going to be looking backwards. I'll certainly take feedback from you about what we've done or not done and try to improve things going forward. But this is an opportunity to start today. You know, the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time to plant a tree is today. So, need some help getting started? Let me know.